everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hello, I am back. Today I'm currently in my living room with my lovely mustard cushions and my, I think I've got a mustard top on, mustard or yellow. I'm sort of like doing a bit of blind girl filming without Ollie behind the camera today. See how I get on. So I'm winging it a bit. I am so happy to be back. I missed you guys so much. I have actually moved. This is my new living room I'm currently sitting in. It's a bit exciting for me. I've never lived in a house with Ollie. We've only ever lived in flats. So we've finally got like a massive space where we can spread out and put all our stuff. We don't feel like all of our stuff's on top of each other here, but I'm so happy. My filming room is currently being sorted, so that's why I've sort of got my living room background temporarily with no real picture on this lovely wall. But yeah, you can see the lovely mustard pillows, which is a pop of colour, which I hope your eye, if you can see, unlike me, is drawn to. But today, this video is all about what to say to blind people. I know a lot of other blindy YouTubers have done what not to say to blind people, and I think I may have even done a video too on that, but I just wanted to add my 2 cents on what to say to us because I think it's really helpful, and you might actually make someone's day if you go up to them and you're friendly. And I know that when I'm a bit in a tizzy and out somewhere and I just need that little bit more help, I would actually like someone to come up to me sometimes, dependent on the situation. So let's jump into it with some cues that you can ask blindies. Okay, number 1. The question would be, do you need any assistance? And I know this is so simple, and you'd think, oh well, of course I'd ask someone who's blind if they want assistance, but it depends on the way you say it, because I've had people come up to me like, do you need assistance? And I'm like, no thank you, and also I don't need you to shout at me because I'm only 5 foot and I'm tiny and I don't really need to be shouted at. Or they think that I can't hear as well as can't see or whatever, or they assume all sorts of stuff. It depends on the tone, really, is what I'm trying to say. If it's very much like, do you need assistance, or how may I help you today, or something along those lines, I think it's just really nice to reassure someone if they look a bit bewildered in a public place. And often I'm that little bewildered one in the centre of the crowd, maybe in a train station or something, if I'm like new to the area. If I'm on my normal route with Olga, flying, totally all good. But yeah, there might be one situation where that kind question helps out a lovely blindie. Number 2, another question would be, oh my gosh, there's so many cars. There's so many people. Number 2, another question would be, how do you and your lovely guide doggy work together as a team? And I just love the way that's phrased, because a lot of people come up to me and Olga and maybe talk down to the dog and say, how do you help your mommy? Which is kind of sweet if they don't know too much, but also I kind of think, stop, because she doesn't just help me, she's not a sat nav, she's not any of these things. But that question is just lovely. How do you work together? And if I'm not in a rush, I love educating people. I think it's the best thing to do, to tell the general public about guide dogs, because I think it's really important, because they might go home and then spread the message to someone else, and then it's like word of mouth, and it's a lot more fundraising for guide dogs and a lot more awareness for blind people and how they get around mobility wise. So I just really love doing that. So if I'm ever in a rush, obviously I can't, but love doing it when I'm not. Number 3, this train's crazy busy, would you like my seat? Are you okay there? And I love the way that's phrased as well, because it's kind of not grabbing me and pulling me towards a seat, it's giving me autonomy, like all these questions are. It's sort of an open question to be like, what do you want to do with this situation? You've got autonomy just like me, we're equal human beings. And often I quite appreciate people, you know, helping me out a bit, because it is quite overwhelming when you're on a packed train and you don't know what's in front of you. Often if it's quite quiet, Olga will guide me to a seat, but sometimes people are just in the way, and if they're sort of there and they know I'm about and they can see a seat that's quite empty but is next to a person, or Olga hasn't necessarily clocked on yet, I think it's really good to just make them aware of the situation, or me in that case. I love people who offer me a seat. It's really nice of you. Thank you very much. And you should keep doing it because you're kind peeps. Why is my computer not working?
List box item haven't realised to let me know. Blank.
Come on, computer, you little slow coach. Sorry guys, I'm faffing with me comp and it's not playing ball today. It's either not got any battery and it's having a strop with me. So I think I'm on number 4. Now, the next question would be if you're giving instructions to a blind person out and about maybe. And I think you should ask in that situation if it's really loud, maybe if you're in central London like I'm often, maybe you'd want to say to the blind person, would you like me to give you instructions in a place that's not so loud? I think it's really helpful in that situation to be heard because often there's like a busker who's playing really cool music but I just can't communicate in that situation. Or you're in a really crowded train station. If they want to know where to go, say I need the lift or whatever, describe things around them as if you are describing it as a clock. So if it's in front of them, it's 12 o'clock, slightly to the right, it's 1 o'clock, you know, it really is helpful. I love that when maybe I've set my plate down and Ollie served something up for me if I hadn't cooked dinner that day, and he says to me, your waffles are at 12 o'clock. Then I sort of know that I'm having potato waffle goodness and I can control what's going in my mouth because often it's a lucky dip really. And number 5, I think it's always really useful to be asked, would you like me to lead you to the Braille on that sign? So say if I'm in a lift or something and I'm fumbling around for the Braille. I was in a broadcasting house at the BBC once and this lovely gentleman helped me feel the Braille or feel the raised numbers on the lift, and it's just so beneficial because the wall is so big and you've only got so much time and you're on a countdown timer in your head like I need to find the Braille button because the door's just shut and I'm the only one in the lift, and you have this sort of panic in your head like gotta find the button. And if someone kindly comes in the lift as well and they're going a different destination, they either click the floor that they're going to and click yours or lead you to the button. And I just think it's really friendly to do that and it doesn't make you feel so isolated in the lift on your own on youone.com. So those were my top 5 questions to ask a blindie on their travels. I think it's really important if you phrase the question right and give them autonomy, then we can all live together in perfect harmony. I'm so cheesy today, guys. It's this mustard jumper, you know, yellow is happiness after all. Isn't it the colour of happiness? I don't know. I used to love sunflowers. In my head, sunflowers are so bright and airy and remind me of walking my pet dog Bella when I was younger. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And please leave me some comments below because I'd love to know if I've missed anything or I've got any questions that you would like to be asked by the general public, because at the end of the day, if we can't work together as a team out there in the big wide world when we've got no eyesight, then there's something wrong. I think we should be happy and polite with one another together. Okay, I'm just getting too cheesy now. I really hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!